I'm so tired of saying this. Is Hypixel dying? How will this save Hypixel from dying? Why Hypixel is dying? How Hypixel is dying? Is Hypixel dying? Hypixel is dying. Here's why. Let's get this straight. Hypixel is not dying. As many of you know, Hypixel is the most popular Minecraft server in the world with up to 100,000 players at one time. However, many players feel like Hypixel is dying. So what's going on here? If I show you this graph here, it definitely looks like Hypixel is dying. But then when I show you the full thing, it doesn't look so bad. This giant spike we see is due to the quarantine as people had more time to play. Everyone is now dedicating their time to work and school and don't have as much time to duke it out in Bed Wars. And while you can see a massive dip in the player count, it's still about the same as it was before the quarantine. All things considered, you can argue that there's more players now than even before the quarantine. But still, some people think there's going to be a trend going downwards. And we have to remember that while the casual players may leave, we still have the core hardcore players that are still on at this time. And this makes a good chunk of the Hypixel players. But based on this graph, we can predict that it's probably going to level out to around where it previously was. But the Minecraft PvP community is so massive that it comprises a large part of the Hypixel player base. And you gotta keep in mind that there's still a lot of players who log on to do tournaments, seek leaderboard positions, or log on simply to just dominate their game. And compared to other servers, Hypixel is still absolutely dominating. Bed Wars is still extremely popular as so many companies have already tried to emulate it as well. And on top of that, a lot of players actually pay a subscription to Hypixel to unlock some perks within the server. So most likely these players will continue to log on to redeem their perks. And we have to keep in mind that Minecraft continues to produce huge amounts of revenue. And despite how long it's been out, it stayed fairly popular. There's absolutely no denying that Hypixel will continue to stay massive as long as Minecraft stays massive. However, the numbers don't show the sad truth. Bed Wars and Skyblock have been by far the most popular game modes on Hypixel, but the problem is that other servers and even other games can offer the same service, sometimes even for free. And while Hypixel is free to use, most of the barriers come from the paywall to buy Minecraft. Not to mention, there are still players who have yet to migrate their accounts over to Microsoft. And with the lack of innovation on current game modes and new games, player counts will surely drop. There won't be much left if this trend within Hypixel continues. And while the new games that Hypixel have put out are fun, they don't quite capture the magic that Bed Wars and Sky Wars did. So while Hypixel itself isn't dying anytime soon, the server will never see a spike like this again. Without anything new to offer to get the community excited, Hypixel will eventually become a graveyard. And while fun games like Capture the Wool have come out, they've been shunned to the back of the arcade, like a forgotten project, never to be worked on again. If games like this were given a bit more love and care, they wouldn't end up like this. I really think a lot of the content that Hypixel puts out is genuinely good, but a lot of these games we just see end up dying. And yes, on paper, Hypixel is doing just fine. But then again, seeing my friends leave the server, never to come back, makes it feel so much more lonely. Some of this isn't even Hypixel's fault, as much of it has to even do with just how popular Minecraft is. But it does make me sad to think that one day I'll queue up for Bed Wars and the game will just never start. And while they say that all good things must come to an end, I hope Hypixel creates a game to bring that feeling of excitement again, and go even beyond what the server has seen before. And I hope Hypixel is still around when I'm old and gray, because I don't want to lose my friends that I've made from all over the world, because I don't want to forget about all the memories I've made on the server, but most of all, because Hypixel was an important part of my life.